Hello. I've got some stuff on my nose. We've done so much, but it's all been to like the outside of the garage. So I've had no need to update you from the outside perspective. And today, for the first time in a long time, I'm back in the garage on the inside and I'm using these. What are they, Joey? Sanding bricks. This one is specifically 80. Whatever that means. I've got a bunch more, 80 abrasive. So I think the higher the abrasive, the thinner the sand, is what I'm gonna say. So for example, we've got like a 60 here, and this 60 is quite rough, you know? So anyway, that's what I'm pretty much doing. I'm sanding all of the water bits that were left on the plaster, for example. So if I now do that and turn my hand over, you can see that all of the, where I've sanded is coming off. So again, not too much there. So just any rough bits, I'm doing that first before I then go ahead and give this a mist coat. I've got the lights on at the moment, obviously. Spoiler, this is the flooring that we're gonna be putting in as well. And I've got my mask, because I know that people will probably say, Joe, when you're sanding, you've got to be careful. So I've got that, you know, to be nice and safe. So I'm just doing this now, finishing this, and then I'm gonna do the mist coat. Maybe I set up the tripod for the mist coat, because again, I'm now back in the garage doing some work on it. So yeah, I'll do the mist coat. 50-50 is what I'm gonna go with. I think I've been told to go 70-30. But I'm gonna go 50-50, and then I can go around with like filler, and any holes or anything in the plaster I can fill in with the stuff that I've got. I've just got poly filler, and then I'll go over it with the paint. Okay, so I've done a little bit of painting. Lee's done a little bit as well, but I've done some cutting in, as you can see. This is 50-50 of nutmeg white and water, and it's just to, I need to just do like a roll here. I've done a little bit of the ceiling. Let me show you over here, look. Can you see? I've done probably half of the ceiling, and we've just cut in around the lights. And Lee's just quickly done the cutting in around the sockets. But now what I'm gonna do is go in between here with the roller, get that first coat on, and then once that's dry, I can go ahead and get the second coat on, which is gonna be white, just a brilliant white on the ceiling. And then on the walls, I've gone for Egyptian cotton. Okay, so I can confirm one thing. I really dislike painting, I do. I don't know what it is. Boring, I think. Mist coat done, as you can see, and as well as the ceiling. Have gone lighter in some parts, I've gone darker in others. Maybe it's just because everything looks so like differently coloured right now. Can you see? Like the dado is very white, but that's because the cutting in was done a while ago, so it's probably had time to dry, as well as the fact that's a new mix. So, but I'm hoping that the plaster is now absorbing the paint. I think that's the whole point of this. And then I'm going to do 2 coats of white on the ceiling, and then the Egyptian cotton on the walls. And apparently I have to start with the ceiling and then go down to the walls, but I need to sort any imperfections out now that the mist coat's done. So any poly filler in bits where I think poly filler is going to be needed, and cleaning up before I crack on. But that's probably it for today, if I'm honest. We've done a lot outside with the rendering, but I'm not going to show you that. We have also added some concrete inside now as well, so it's going to solidify the floor. Lee said he left it a little bit drier because if water, if it was too wet, what might happen is it might move around and, you know, cause issues later when it dries. Whereas if we pack it and make it quite a dry cement, then it should be a bit better and give it a little bit more give. I'll see you for the next day, which might be next week, might be tomorrow. It's not going to be tomorrow, but at some point. Hello. Been a while, I think. Echo is probably going to be horrendous. I want to say a week since the last update, and we're now painted. Lee finished painting today. It's currently 27th of June, Saturday, 27th of June. And we've got all the colours, look. So we got the white. We need to just push some of these up a little bit more, but we obviously just wanted to make sure that we're all okay. We've got the Egyptian cotton on the walls, which looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. And then on the ceiling, we've got the pure brilliant white. Let me turn this around. That should give you a little bit. It's currently like evening time. We've not sorted out a cupboard yet for the cupboard part. I guess like a cover for it. A door is the word that I'm looking for. Words are really difficult right now. And we've not done the flooring yet or anything like that, but it's how we're currently looking. Just got a few of those sockets to put back, but looking really good. I'm really happy with like the color selection. It looks really, really nice. Still not put my wireless AP on yet. My wireless access point, that will go on. I can obviously do that now because I was waiting for it to dry, but it looks really, really nice. So I think next stage is going to be that we do the floor, and I'll show you that when we're ready. But yeah, slowly but surely we're getting there, and I feel like I'm going to be done very soon. I
Can't wait.
So what's the date, chick?
25th of July.
Very close. Very close. It's the 23rd of July.
23rd of July.
23rd of July. So the last recording I made, I want to say, is almost a month ago. And let me tell you, right, the amount of people that are coming to my live streams and the amount of comments that I've had saying, Joey, when's the update for the garage? Joey, when's the update for the garage? And I have been poor at updating. Kind of on purpose, not to wind people up and like build anticipation and all those things, but because there just isn't a need to currently. We're pretty much all done for painting, that's it, except for the outside, because the outside was rendered. We needed to wait for that to be done. However, my mum also recently retired, and as a gift, she gave us a little bit of money to do some bits to the garden, which is why the garage kind of took a little bit of a backseat, because we didn't want to do all of the rendering when we had new garden coming in. So the garden has taken about 3 weeks to do from start to finish. We had to rush the rendering before that was done, but then I didn't do any work to the garage whilst the garden's being done because I couldn't really access it too much. What do you think of the garage?
Good.
How good?
This good.
For reference, this good means how big? Bigger or this big?
Bigger.
Bigger than this. So now all attention turns back to the garage. We can finish the painting, but I didn't really want to paint the garage after the garden had been done for obvious reasons, because we've got a nice garden now, and now I'm going to have to paint and do all of that and just be super careful. So I have to paint the render. And the reason I haven't moved in or done anything else on the inside yet is because A, we need a shed for all the stuff that I've got in here, and B, my security cameras and everything I didn't want to put up until the painting was done on the outside, and then as a result of that, I can't move everything in. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So because of that, I can't move anything in because I want to make sure that my security and everything's top notch. Do you know that's probably what everyone else is doing right now? Yeah. All we're hearing is excuses, Joey. But so many people, again, have asked me for an update. So this is the update. What do I have to do now? Paint the outside. Once I've painted the outside, put the floor down. Once I put the floor down, furniture.
Yeah.
And that stuff I'll get you on board with and show you, because that'll be fun. All of this to basically say, I don't know when the next update is going to be. I've got a lot of stuff going on, again. Exactly. But I don't want to give excuses. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't like excuses. No, you just want to do the action. You know what I mean? You just want to do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Do it.
We just want to do it.
We just want to do it.
So we say, silly daddy, stop talking.
Silly daddy, stop talking.
Perfect, right. So I'll end this update here because I've been told now. And as soon as I can provide you with another update, I will do so. Okay, I should be able to put the date up somewhere, 29th of July. So again, probably a few days or a week since I last recorded. Things are starting to move. And the next episode that you see, we're going to be a lot more on it. And there's going to be a lot more actually doing than just yapping and talking and giving you an update. We're back into the moving phase now. Next video, I think it's going to be next video, I'm going to try and lay the floor myself. So we can all imagine how that's going to go. I've got all the gear, no idea. Quite literally, bought a mallet. Why do I need a mallet? I bought one. I bought a £7 pencil. Why? Don't know. I bought rulers. I got spacers for the floor because it's going to be like a floating floor, whatever that is. But I think it's just so that I can have like a 6mm gap around the edge. And then that way, if like it shrinks or heats, then we've got enough room. I think that's how it works. So I've got that. I've got this thing, which I don't actually even need now because I'm not doing the painting. I've got someone coming to do the outside painting. That's all getting sorted. I've got someone to put a shed up. That's all sorted. So whilst that is all unfolding, which is going to be over the next week, then once everything is out of here, you can see that there's just so much rubbish. You probably can't, but behind me, once everything's out and in the shed, then and only then can I lay the floor. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen. And the next video will be fun. Me trying to lay floor. I'm not going to have fun. You're going to have lots of fun because I'm going to mess it up. I know I am. It should be straightforward. It's a rectangular room. The only issue that I'm going to have is where we've got the door. That's pretty much it though, because we've got like a little insert, but I just know I'm going to mess it up. And that's what it's all about. But these two mallet hammers, I tell you, they're very heavy. I don't know what that's got anything to do with what I'm actually saying. But that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to provide you with an update because we are moving. Not as in moving, as in the project is moving. I'll leave it there. My daughter had her first very special guest appearance today. Bless her little heart. And I'm looking forward to what's to come. And do you know what? There's something that's going to come up in a video that I'm really embarrassed about. But at the same time, it's what makes me and this channel. So keep an eye out for that. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about because I messed something up. Let's put it that way. And it was to do with a sponsor as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. Spill the tea, Joey. You'll have to wait and see. Until next time, I'll see you then. Peace.